I'm Eric Halverson. We'll examine how the governor's budget might affect your pocketbook today at 5 on News 8.
You know, I've come so far in really a very short time. In the last few months, I've completely turned my life around. Eric, he's helped me turn over a new leaf. But now it's...
What?
I am so afraid of backsliding.
You feel you are?
I'm tempted.
Well, Sheila, what exactly are you feeling tempted to do?
Eric and I might be in trouble. His estranged wife is pregnant.
With his child?
Now, that hasn't been determined yet. But if he is the father, that could destroy our relationship. Oh, you know how much Eric means to me. I want to establish some sort of a future with this man.
Well, how would you do that?
Well, what is it that you keep telling me? That I'm responsible for my own happiness?
You have to do what's best for yourself.
It would be best for everyone.
Have you discussed this with Eric?
Discussed what?
These feelings of uncertainty you have about the relationship.
He tells me not to worry.
But you are worried.
I just don't want everything that we have to fall apart.
You don't know that will happen.
Well, I'm not going to risk my future on a maybe, Doctor. I need to be certain. I need to be in control of my life. You know, maybe it's about time I stop waiting for good things to just happen to me. I want a life with Eric. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to make that possible.
This is gonna be some party.
I love Christmas. I really do. I love having family and friends and... You remember Ruth Ann?
Of course I do.
Yes, you know, my friend. Well, she's driving up. She's going to be here at the party.
Oh, great. That means it's gonna be a wonderful party.
Oh, I made sure of that.
You have?
Yes, tonight is going to be an absolutely perfect night. I did not include Brooke.
How do you think Eric's going to feel about that? I mean, he is still married to her.
He's bringing Sheila, and I'm not going to have Brooke show up at this party and throw a scene.
Well, she does have a tendency to make everyone feel a little uncomfortable with the baby due any day now.
Taylor, with everything that's been on my mind...
Something wrong?
Yes, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you. I didn't include your father.
That's your decision.
I mean, you do realize how difficult it would be to have him here.
No, I don't.
Well, I mean, it isn't as though his absence makes me happy.
Look, I'm sure this is very difficult for you.
Well, the holidays are supposed to be with people that you love, and, I mean, even until a short while ago, I certainly thought I was going to be spending the holidays with Jack.
You could be.
No. No, not after everything that's happened, not everything I found out. You know, I thought he was going to actually host the party with me. Well, I guess I'll just have to rise to the occasion without it, won't I? Would you mind answering that?
Sure. Hello?
Taylor, it's Eric. Could you stop by the condo?
Sure. When?
As soon as possible.
What's up?
I'll explain when you get here.
All right, I'll see you in a minute, Eric. Stephanie, I've got to step out for a minute, and I'll see you later.
Did you miss me at dinner last night?
get that, Mrs. Forrester.
Thank you, Maria.
The bold and the beautiful. This portion sponsored by Tide. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
You weren't going to take Taylor up on that offer, were you?
Dinner with you and your wife? Sounds interesting, to say the least.
Yes, too interesting. Taylor can be very funny sometimes.
I don't think she was joking, Ridge.
So what were you two talking about when I broke up your little powwow yesterday?
She didn't tell you?
Brooke, don't play games here. This is serious.
I didn't tell her about my confession, Ridge. Did you?
No.
Good.
She's got to know, though.
Why?
Because I don't want to keep secrets from my wife.
If you tell Taylor my behavior these past few months has been a charade, it's only going to get crazier.
Yes, probably will.
Ridge, I don't want to make your life miserable. That's not why I told you the truth.
Why did you tell me, Logan?
Because I love you. And I always will.
Logan, I thought you were over that. I thought you were moving on with your life here.
How can I move on with my life? I'm about to have a baby. Your baby.
We don't know that.
But we will know it very soon. Have you been thinking about that?
Of course I have.
Ridge, we need to be honest with each other right now. I've been honest with you. Can you do the same for me?
Logan, I would never lie to you.
Well, then tell me what you've been thinking. Now that you know how I really feel about you, how do you feel about me?
Ridge Forrester.
Hi, you busy?
Hey, Dad. What can I do for you?
Did you come over to the apartment?
Now?
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, I guess so.
Do you know where Brooke is? There's no answer in her office.
Yeah, she's right here.
All right, you tell her to come too. I want to see both of you.
Dad wants us both to come to the apartment. Right now.
Hi, buenos dias.
Inspector,
Yeah, it's me. I'm here to see Mrs. Forrester.
she's very busy right now.
It'll only take a minute. I got a little Feliz Navidad present here for her.
I'll make sure she gets it.
No, it's all the same to you. I prefer to give it to her myself. Excuse me, Senora.
What is it, Maria?
Season's greetings, Stephanie.
Sally?
I tried to stop her.
Yes, Maria. Well, you always do, don't you? It's all right.
Maria wasn't exaggerating. You are busy.
Yes, Sally, I am.
Well, you Forresters always did know how to do things for the holidays in the grand style.
So what brings you by?
Christmas, I brought you a present.
A present?
Yeah. Now, don't be embarrassed about not having my present wrapped yet. I do understand. Anyway, here it is. I hope you like it.
It's ticking.
It's okay. It's just a clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, Stephanie, it's been quite a while since we've seen each other. How have you been?
Fine, and I suppose it's now incumbent upon me to ask how you've been.
Oh, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. As a matter of fact, we have finally pulled Spectra out of the fire.
Oh, and right into the frying pan, I'm sure.
Well, as a matter of fact, I do have a couple of interesting items I'm going to stir fry for next season. How about Forrester?
Successful, as always.
How about you and my accountant, Jack Hamilton? Is that successful, as always?
Why would you ask me about him?
Well, about a month ago, I ran into Jack over at the taxi bar. He seemed pretty upset about something. He was having drinks alone. I thought maybe you and he had had a little misunderstanding. Or maybe it was more serious than
that. Rich went in. Where's Brooke? She's on her way. Good.
Hi, honey.
Hi. What are you doing here?
I'm not sure.
I asked you to join us.
Oh, Dad, what's this all about?
I'll explain everything once Brooke gets here.
Dr. Peters, are you ready to get down to business?
Sheila, I am so glad that you decided to work with us. We're desperate for experienced lab technicians and nurses right now.
You already have a position available?
If you want it.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Good. You'll be on call with the hospital from now on.
How often will they be asking me to work?
Probably more often than your job at Forrester will allow. You shouldn't feel obligated to come in. We don't want to overtax you.
Oh, no, I'm just excited that my experience will be put to good use.
Now, this is a diagram of the floor of where you'll be working. I like all the staff to get the lay of the land before they start. This is prenatal care and gynecology, and you will be based at the nurses' station here.
And your office is at this corner right here?
Right.
Don't you spend most of your time in the lab?
The genetics lab, right.
Well, let's see, that would
Right over here.
Oh. Well, you're in charge of that department, aren't you?
I am.
I can't wait to see it.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Really, why?
The work we do there is highly sensitive. Special security clearance is required for all of our lab technicians.
So this is why you've come over here.
What?
You wanted to ask me about Jack.
Yeah, that's what I did ask you.
Did you think that I would discuss him with you?
Why not? Why don't you want to talk about him?
Because I wouldn't discuss anything that relates to my personal life with you.
Then the two of you are still involved.
Sally, this is my personal life.
Yeah, but you see, Stephanie, Jack is my personal business, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. Yeah, well, I know the idea of that probably doesn't exactly thrill you, but Jack and I have been getting a lot closer lately. I don't know if you're aware of that or not, but it's true. Otherwise, he wouldn't have taken me skiing yesterday.
Eric, what's going on here?
I think it's time we all had a talk.
All right, Dad. What did you want to talk about?
Look, we're family. All of us. Something's about to happen that could change this family into an armed camp. I want to prevent that.
I think what you're doing is very wise.
Look, I may be naive here, but I still don't understand what you are doing.
Brooke, you're about to have a baby. A child who's going to have a profound impact on all of our lives. Now, we've never discussed that until this very moment, the four of us. It's almost as though we have hoped that the problem would go away.
Problem? Are you calling this child a problem?
That's not what I meant, Brooke. Please, don't take this personally.
Eric, I am taking it personally. I mean, this is very personal to me.
Brooke, it's personal to all of us. I think what Dad's trying to say here is if we don't communicate, if we don't talk this thing through...
This thing happens to be my baby. And what are we supposed to talk through? Rich, we know the situation. It's either your child or it's Eric's.
And you don't think that should be discussed?
Discussed? Discussed what, Taylor? What are we supposed to discuss?
The ramifications of this child's birth on all of our lives. I mean, the intensity of the situation has already taken its toll. Now, I'll grant you it's very uncomfortable, but I think we have to deal with it. Please don't make this any worse than it already is. Brooke, I want you to settle down and stop being so defensive.
Well, perhaps Jack took you skiing because I wasn't available.
Okay, Stephanie, maybe so. But nevertheless, we did spend the whole day together.
And what is your point, Sally?
The point is, I'm here to help you.
Help me?
Yeah. By being on the level with you. By telling you straight out that I haven't given up on Jack Hamilton, and I don't believe he's given up on me.
Well, you see what you want to see.
Yeah. And I also work really hard to get what I want to get. Now, look, Stephanie. As far as I'm concerned, it is still very much open season on Mr. Jack Hamilton. I'm a pretty good shot. I'll take my shots when and where I can, and before long, that man is going to be all mine. So you want a tip from me, woman to woman? I suggest you get yourself another date for New Year's Eve. Because I'd hate to think of you spending that special night here all by yourself, honey. Merry Christmas, Stephanie.
Damn that woman.
Brooke, nobody sees you as the villain here.
I know at least one person in this room who does.
That is not true.
Look, I know how you all feel. You've made that perfectly clear to me.
Brooke, what are you talking about?
Obviously, nobody's happy about this baby.
Now, Brooke, wait a minute. Wait. You're blowing this all out of proportion.
Rich, do you realize what I've gone through these last 9 months? I've been completely alone.
That's not true.
Brooke, you could have asked for our help.
I didn't want to burden you.
Look, there you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You are not in this alone. How many times have I told you that? Your baby will have a father.
An unwilling father, from what I can see.
Damn it, what do you expect?
Taylor.
No, Rich, I am sick and tired of her whining and crying. What kind of a mother uses her child as a ploy to get attention anyway? Aren't you ashamed?
Taylor, that's enough.
I'm sorry.
Brooke.
No, look, it wasn't my intention to complicate your perfect lives. Eric, I came back from Europe because I thought you might be worried about me and your unborn child. So please don't give it another thought. I'm sorry if I've caused you so many problems. But if this is the kind of attention that I can expect from you and your family, my baby and I can do without it.
Brooke, wait.
Your work must be extremely important to necessitate that kind of security.
Restricted access to the genetics lab is standard procedure.
Really?
Malpractice insurance policies demand it. And I feel safer knowing that our results are under wraps.
Well, will I have the opportunity to meet any of your other staff members?
Well, they come up for air occasionally. You'll recognize them by their key cards. Like this one.
That's the key?
Mm-hmm. Works like a credit card.
I guess it's one you don't want to lose, then.
Well, it only works in conjunction with an access code.
Oh, that's amazing.
You'll have one just like it to log on to the hospital's computer. Our filing system is completely computerized. Let me show you some examples. See, when you come in, you will look up all of the patients that you're going to be seeing, and then you can see what's been happening with them. Then when you log in all of your things, you can check what lab tests have been done, make sure they're staying on track. You can check medication, allergies, all that kind of thing. Makes everything a lot easier.
You want most.
Happy holidays from us to you.
This is Dan Rather. Tonight on the CBS Evening News, Eye on America. Interactive TV, a revolutionary razzle-dazzle world coming soon to a living room near you.
Tonight, it's